time on the letters. Burns hit the right note
Every time.
and won a meeting with Roxanne, while Whitman's soulful ballad was a #1 hit.
So maybe I should have written more love songs.
But Roxanne didn't like the sound of Poe's voice
We were locked in a heartbeat, one that was no good.
and sent him home.
Good morning, suitors. It was such a treat to get your letters, and I cannot wait to read more.
The game aspect of this show has entered more into the picture. It's getting more interesting because there's definitely a lot more stress that you know you could be going home.
Cat's out of the bag. I don't have a game plan. I don't want to try to manipulate this girl into falling for me or picking me. That's amateur.
Every guy in that room, every single guy, bar none, except for maybe one dude, is completely fake. Every single guy that's coming in here or that's writing the letter, you should see when we're writing the letters. Lies from top to bottom, every single one of them. I gotta get Coleridge out of the way. The guy's got mad pen.
Good luck on your third field task, and remember, sometimes words speak more than actions.
Gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed Roxanne's message. Are you ready for your next big adventure?
Let's do it.
Wonderful. Follow me. Sharon Pollock is a 20-year veteran of the stage. Both a teacher and a Governor General award-winning playwright, her stage plays have been produced by top theaters around the world.
Guess what I'm doing?
I'm not sure. I have no idea what you're doing today, so...
Well, I'm thinking about soliloquies. I'm thinking about a kind of interior dialogue where you get to a sort of imagine to yourself all sorts of things, and often about romance, it seems to me.
Is there any sort of topic, or... so it's just...
I think it is the philosophy of love, because isn't that what we're all about here?
Absolutely.
Welcome, Sharon.
Yeah, nice to be here, Sylvie.
Nice to have you here. Gentlemen, please give a warm welcome.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, Sharon is here today to help you dig deep into your emotional psyches, or perhaps to go as far back as your English high school classes, to help you learn about the soliloquy. Because in today's challenge, you will be having to read and understand a few lines of a soliloquy from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. You'll be performing these lines to Sharon, who's going to judge the most convincing and passionate performance. Now, to help you get into your own character, Sharon has a few tips of the trade. Sharon?
The thing you have to remember is that a soliloquy is really just a monologue. All it is an internal thought. It's what you're thinking to yourself, letting all of the masks that we wear every day drop away. And in this particular one that all of us have, of Romeo, you can see there are various you can break it into little sections which have a little different thought in each of them. But the most important thing is that it comes from the heart. You may find some other things in there that it means specifically to each of you. And when that happens, that's where you should go, because that's the real place for you.
And on that note, I think we will definitely start our performance. Blake, you're the first up. And you can begin anytime, Blake.
What's soft? What light through yonder window breaks?
It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon.
Who is already sick and pale with grief.
That thou, her maid, art far more fair than she.
Be not her maid, since she is envious.
Her vestal livery is but sick and green.
And none but fools do wear it. Cast it off!
So Sharon, which suitor have you chosen?
With all of these famous names here, it's of course very difficult. I think I have to go with, and I've met so many, this fellow here. Are you Tennyson?
No, Percy Shelley.
Percy Shelley.
Percy Shelley.
Oh, yes.
I think he's the least honest person here. I think he's here just as a show. I think he's here just to be on TV.
Shelley?
Finally, this is my first task that I've won, so thank you. He was my favorite writer when I was a kid, so I read an awful lot of Shakespeare. I've read that soliloquy probably 100 times.
I thought there was better performances, but what are you gonna do?
Don't kid yourself for a second. I have an edge over every one of those guys in every instance that we're in.
If I was to ask one of your ex-girlfriends what is the quality that she dislikes about you, what would she say?
Roxanne, Shelley was the winner of today's field challenge.
If I was to ask one of your ex-girlfriends what is the quality that she dislikes about you, what would she say?
I can't think of anything. I'm trying. I know where I'm going and very driven to get there. And a lot of times I don't stop to smell the roses. So I think my direction has been really headstrong to where I'm going in life, and I haven't really held anyone's hand to take them along with me so far. Roxanne, if I'm the guy that you choose to end this journey with, and eventually I make it home to meet your parents, do you think that they're going to be accepting of a guy that you met on television, or is this going to be a little off-putting for them?
Great question. Immediately when I said I was going to be on this show, they said, oh, God, we don't have to be on the show too, do we? But I think my parents are very accepting. I come from a very accepting family. You know, they just want me to be happy, and I think anybody that would meet anywhere, as long as their little girl is happy, then that's what's most important to them. So they would definitely accept you.
I can do that.
I felt that he was performing his answers and not really trying to connect with me, but more wanting to be heard and nervous about his answers and what to say, more so than connecting with me through the curtain.
I had a completely different impression of her when I left there, and I don't know, I think I need to meet her one more time, so I'm going to win tomorrow's challenge too, and then go back and ask her a couple more questions and see if I can't get to know her a little bit.
This afternoon, your writing challenge will be to write your very own soliloquy on your philosophy about love. But before you begin, I have a little surprise for you. Roxanne has chosen 3 of you suitors to benefit from some writing help from none other than Sharon Pollock. Those 3 suitors are Browning, Burns, and Shelley. The suitors have 90 minutes to write their soliloquies.
I'm not jealous of those guys. They're going to be 3 guys trying to get the expert help in a short time frame. This way I'm able to concentrate on my own task. And if I don't like it, then I don't like it. I don't need someone to tell me that it's not good, or it's from my heart, it's not from theirs. So an expert wouldn't help me in this one.
To be honest with you, I'm pretty glad that I wasn't one of the ones chosen to get the expert advice. I'm sure that it would be beneficial, but I think that it can also be damaging sometimes if you're not sure where to draw the line between how someone's telling you to write and how you feel you should write.
It's not as soft and delicate as it might be, right?
To pour yourself out, to give an entire philosophy that we've spent a couple decades building up, some of us more than others. Really difficult to do. How do you put how you feel about something so sensitive as love? That's extremely hard.
It's like a little monologue, the way you laid it out.
It was powerful having her here and seeing how she guided us for the reading, and then seeing how she guided us for the writing was invaluable.
If you start to break it up into that structure, more like a poem. Yeah.
There's definitely some guys here that are very genuine, I would think. In my opinion, from what I've seen, definitely Longfellow, I guess we call him Cowboy. Yeah, Longfellow. Who else? I would also say Baudelaire for sure. Those are the two of the remaining that pop out in my mind, of course, including myself, yeah.
I am feeling very raw, vulnerable right now. The topic that we have been tasked with writing about is very much in line with what I do for work. My work is my ministry, and God's love is something I'm always trying to communicate. I'm trying to express to Roxanne how I felt the first day I learned about that love.
I think some people are just better at expressing that and doing those things. And I mean, we have a short period of time to pick up on that, to learn that without no knowledge of what else is going on. You just dig as deep as you can, as fast as you can, and bring it to the table, and that's what comes out.
Longfellow is a genuinely, honestly great guy. Him and Baudelaire are the two guys that will have no trouble at all finding a genuinely great girl that's going to spend the rest of their lives with them and be happy about it. They're both fantastic guys. Yeah. The rest of those guys are clown shoes, though.
I think a lot of the stuff that he puts down is just a bunch of crap.
Gentlemen, I'm giving you back your writing assignments because today you're going to have the opportunity to recite your soliloquies to Roxanne in the balcony just above you. Hi, Roxanne. Hello. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Limber up your vocal cords and let's see what you can do. We're going to start with Longfellow. You're up.
Like a sharp breath of cold winter air, somehow refreshing, but leaving you needing more. The breath that it steals every time that it enters the room. Is there a clear-cut winner yet? Me.
To feel that tomorrow will improve upon yesterday, and the journey is worth the pains of struggle. To believe that existence and purpose is inescapable in the other's eyes.
I walked a long, dark valley, never being able to see beyond the length of my arm. The day I asked forgiveness was the day I learned to forgive. It was a miracle that I didn't cry on camera. Not that that would have been a bad thing, but I just barely held it together.
Love is like a song looking for a voice, and I, minstrel, will not walk through shadows, these darkest absence of reflection. For I do not wish to deny myself the hope that life can always be more beautiful.
Celebrating your success. Acceptance into another's family as if it were my own. Love is something to be cherished and nurtured.
The talk amongst the group of guys is definitely more revolving about, who's here for what and why are people here and what are they doing and, is this guy just trying to get on TV or do we like him or what's going on and everything. So it's becoming more interesting to see just the relationships, how they're shaking out and what's going on with the interaction between the people and that are the players, I guess, in this show.
Love, looking for it in all life's directions. Something in my life I know that is missing. I've said I love you, and I've kept it to myself.
I'm still worried about that Coleridge character, because he's so quiet. We dig and we dig and we dig, and just nothing comes out of him.
I don't think he's taking this very seriously, and I think a lot of the stuff that he puts down is just a bunch of crap.
Though love be not shelter, we take refuge under the petals of its blossom. If love be fleeting, I stare into your eyes and stop time forever. Be mine, and our hearts will dance and feast and drink wine.
I really hope Percy's gone because I don't believe a single word he says. I think he's here just to be kind of the jackass role, be on TV.
Burns has his head so far up his own ass that I don't think there's a possibility that this girl's gonna pick him in the end anyways.
Heart on my sleeve. I trust fate and maybe Lady Luck are together on my side. The love I seek, something so soft, cannot be forced.
Thank you, Burns.
There's no way this girl wants to date him anyway. He's cracked. You should hear the things that he says. It's unbelievable.
I don't think he cares at all about finding out if this girl is an actual match. And none of us know if she's a match, and the only thing we can do is be honest, but I think he's using every little trick to manipulate and just write what he thinks someone would want to hear instead of writing what he wants to say.
Roxanne, here are the soliloquies that the suitors penned just for you. What did you think of the performance? Did you think it was a little different than singing a country song?
I thought the performances were extremely touching. It was very emotional for me. It just evoked a lot of emotion. Their abilities to stand up, be vulnerable, share their pain or their dreams in front of everyone and speak them out loud was amazing.
A passionate whisper to feel the soul of another, a desire to share each sunrise with its sunset.
Love, what is it? Do I really know? Completion, someone to share a great journey.
The day I asked forgiveness was the day I learned to forgive. I'll never forget when that light came on. Bless my father and mother. Without them, I would never have known real love.
It's just such a personal experience, and it's just amazing that he has the courage to share that and be that vulnerable. It's truly amazing.
And now I have decided to be content with the things I don't have, as assurance that I will never become content with the things I do not truly desire, that shadowy place where only darkness and compromise reside.
He's in again, maybe in a place of, I know we've all been there, darkness and, sadness or pain, having maybe gone through a breakup or something difficult.
I feel that I've been able to communicate myself well to Roxanne, and I feel very confident that at this point she has understood the way that I communicate, and therefore that she's understood me and my personality.
Though love be not drink, it drowns my sorrow. Though love be not shelter, we take refuge under the petals of its blossom. If love be fleeting, I stare into your eyes and stop time forever. Be mine, and our hearts will dance and feast and drink wine, yours with mine.
This is amazing. It's very descriptive, and the imagery is amazing, and I'm blown away, just completely blown away.
I have no idea who's going home tonight. I would hate to be in Roxanne's shoes and reading those and trying to pick someone to go home from that. Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. We're gathered here this morning to find out, again, who Roxanne has invited to stay and who she's chosen to go home. The moment has arrived. Browning, I'd ask that you step forward, please, and read your letter. Longfellow. Baudelaire. Coleridge.
I think being honest, being genuine is what this show is all about. Actually trying to make a connection with somebody through what's in your heart, as opposed to what you can just make up as you go.
Shelley.
I think it's a crapshoot as to who's gonna go. You know, my personal preference would be Coleridge, obviously, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could put my finger on it.
Burns. Whitman. Blake. And I would ask that the Dear John remain at the table.
I'm just not attracted to that energy at this time. I'm really ready to be with somebody who speaks of love in a, not as a struggle, but more of a hopeful, sort of positive, uplifting experience.
Now, suitors, those who have been invited to stay, please take your place by the fireplace, and I would ask that the Dear John remain at the table. Gentlemen. Whitman, your journey ends here. I do congratulate you on all your efforts. Your singing was spectacular. Pack up your things and leave the Kicking Horse Mountain Resort.
Dear John, I want to thank you so much for your poem. It was truly amazing, like the others. Your writing is so revealing, and I want to thank you for that. I just didn't connect with you personally in your writing. It seems you are in a different stage of life than me. Good luck on your continued search to find your own soulmate, Roxanne.
Because as soon as I got the Dear John letter, I just said, okay, well, I know exactly what kind of person she is now.
I think he might be maybe in a place that I'm not around getting over a breakup or some sort of pain area where I'm just not attracted to that energy at this time. I'm really ready to be with somebody who speaks of love in a, not as a struggle, but more of a hopeful, sort of positive, uplifting experience.
Next time on The Letters, rediscovering the art of courtship. The suitors aim to impress Roxanne, but will Cupid's arrow hit?
It's really emotional because their words are so touching to me.
Or miss?
I don't think I'm gonna hit a connection that deep through winning 2 questions to have with a girl. I don't think that's proper at all.